Hey guys, there's a few things I forgot to mention in the last video, so I wanted to make sure you got them as my pre-AP students. First of all, when you have multiple lines of staff, so here I've got one line of staff and a second line of staff. When you have multiple lines of staff, they're not called staffs, they're called staves, and that's spelled S-T-A-V-E-S, staves. So you got to know that plural of staff. The other thing that you should know is you're going to be doing a few things where you have to put notes on the staff. So we typically like to use this note when we're just placing things on the staff as an exercise. This is called a whole note. Whole note is spelled W-H-O-L-E, and then the word note. A whole note typically in music gets 4 beats, but in this case, we typically just sort of use it as a placeholder for notes when we're building exercises like the words we're going to build today, the scales, things like that. So we're just going to use that to show things. So like if I asked you to put a note on the 3rd line, you would put it here. If I asked you to put a note on the 4th space, you would put it here, because remember, we're always counting from the bottom up. If I put a note on the 2nd space, it would go here, and so on and so forth. So a lot of times you'll see me use these whole notes as sort of placeholders for actual notes. And then the last thing was I was just going to practice writing a few words. So I'm going to write out a few words and see if you can identify them. And I'll give you a little bit of time to think after I write them down. Okay. So here's those words. Notice I put a treble clef at the start so that you need to figure out what the lines and spaces are all the way throughout. And then I want you to figure out what these words are. I'll give you a little bit to figure that out. All right, we're back. So let's go through these words. In this one, this is a C. So it's a C. This one's an A. And that one's a B. So your first word is cab. The second word, you've got D, E, A, F. That's deaf. And then the third word is C, A, F, E for cafe, yeah? So just getting a little bit more and more familiar with treble clef. And then today you're going to be practicing identifying those notes on the staff.